Welcome to this lesson on LibreOffice Calc Financial Functions, Part 2. In the previous lesson on financial functions, the payment function was demonstrated using a typical car loan as an example. Another type of loan you might run into is one where after the payments are finished, a lump sum is paid, a balloon payment. Here's how you would calculate it using the payment function. In this example, I've got a loan for $50,000 at an annual interest rate of 5.3% for 5 years. At the end of the 5 years, there'll be a payment of $5,000. So to calculate the payment amount on this type of loan, use the payment function. Into B5 type equals PMT, press enter. First parameter is the rate. This is the periodic rate, not the annual rate. So click B2, then divide by 12 to get the periodic rate. Comma. Next parameter is the number of periods. Click B3, number of years, then you multiply this by 12 to get the periods. Comma. Next is the present value. This is the amount of the loan, so click B1, comma, FV, future value, the value left when the payments are over. This is where the balloon payment amount comes in. First type a minus, then click B4. The amount is negative because it is still owed to the bank after the payments are made. The final parameter is optional and unnecessary. The payments are at the end of each period. Press enter, and there's the monthly payment amount. Another useful function is the rate function. We have a loan. We know how much the loan is for, the number of years to pay, and how much the payments are. You could use the rate function to find the interest rate. Here I'm using the figures in the previous example, except the APR is missing. To find the interest rate, type into B5 equals rate, enter. The first parameter is the number of periods for the loan. Click B2. Now multiply this by 12 to get the total number of payments. Comma. Next is the payment amount. Click B4, comma. The present value is the amount of the loan. Click B1, comma. The future value is the balloon payment entered as a minus. So type minus, then click B3. The type and guess parameters are optional. Type is the payment at the end of the month, which is the default, and guess allows Calc to make an estimate of the interest value. So we don't need these parameters. The rate function will give us the periodic interest rate. I want the annual rate. So click after the parentheses and type times 12, and that will give us the annual rate. Now press enter. And there you have it, the 5.3 APR that we had in the first example. A more practical use for the rate function would be if you bought a house and there were points and fees. Here's a $350,000 loan for a house. Points are 0.125% and the fees are $500. Using the payment function, I already figured the payments for the loan here, like in other examples. The cash received is going to be the amount actually borrowed after points and fees are taken out. So in B5, type equals, click B1, the loan amount, then an asterisk for multiplication. The points need to be subtracted from 100% to multiply the total loan minus the points. So in parentheses, 1 minus, then click E1. Then we need to subtract the fees. Minus, click E2. Then press enter. And there's the amount you actually got when you received the loan. Now the adjusted APR can be found using the rate function. Into B6 type equals rate, press enter. First parameter, the number of periods, click B3 years, then multiply by 12 months, comma, payment amount, click B4, comma, the present value. This is the amount after the points and fees are taken out. So click B5. There is no future value and the other optional parameters are not needed. Now this will give us the periodic interest rate. I want the annual rate. So click after the parentheses and multiply by 12. Press enter. And there's the adjusted rate. It's a bit more than the APR up here. That's the way these sort of loans work. One last thing to show you is the Nper function. With this, you can figure out how long it'll take to pay off a loan. For example, I've got a credit card balance of $5,000. The APR is 19%. I'm paying off $150 a month. How long will it take to pay off? To find out, in B4 type equals Nper, enter. The first parameter is the rate. Click B2. The function wants the periodic rate, so it's divided by 12, comma, the payment amount, B3, comma, the present value is the balance. Click B1. The other parameters aren't needed, so press enter. 47.7 months to pay. To get that in years, into B5 type equals, then click B4, divided by 12. Press enter. Almost 4 years of payments. How much interest would you pay by then? Let's find out. Into B6 type equals, then CUMIPMT, the cumulative interest payment function. Press enter. First parameter is the rate. Click B2. And this is divided by 12 for the periodic interest rate. Comma. The number of periods. Click B4. Comma. The present value. This is the balance. Click B1. Comma. The start period. This is 1. We want the payments from 1 to the total number of payments. Comma. The end payment period. Click B4. Comma. The type. The type is required in this function. The payments are at the end of each period, so this is 0. Press enter. Wow! A lot of interest. Don't let this happen to you. Well, that's all there is for this lesson. Thanks for watching.